Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer welcomes you to our biggest clearance sale of the year, the Happy Honda Days sales event. Get year-end clearance pricing on over 900 new Hondas, plus a complimentary lifetime powertrain warranty with every new Honda. Save thousands on your new Honda right here at Team Honda.
Hi, business owners. Phase 3. Woohoo! But do your customers know you're back? Well, that's where the Clarence Bug Show and Pelican Broadcasting can help. Right now, we've got great rates on advertising packages to help you get the word out. Shoot me an email at bugsclarence@gmail.com. Or better yet, call me up. I'd love to talk with you. 225-485-6839. Let's get together and make Phase 3 the best it can possibly be.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Cantea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Cantea, your Italian dining will change forever.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hello and welcome to a Monday edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Here's hoping that all is well with you and yours in this world, and hopefully your weekend was an absolutely fabulous one. If not, well, as we like to say, each and every Monday, right about this time of the day, good Lord willing, you will still be here when the next one rolls our way, and you will have the opportunity to try it all over again. Just so you know, just so you know, it never ends. Just when everyone thought, okay, rounding second, heading towards third, got vaccines now for COVID-19 starting to pop up all over the place, maybe we can breathe a little sigh of relief that maybe we're about to get over this thing. Well, not so fast. Don't know how many of you saw this morning. The Associated Press headline, hundreds ill, one dead due to unidentified disease in India. It starts again. Reading from the Associated Press article, at least one person has died and 200 others have been hospitalized due to an unidentified illness in the southern India state of Andhra Pradesh. The illness was detected Saturday evening in Eluru, an ancient city famous for its hand-woven products. Since then, patients have experienced symptoms ranging from nausea and anxiety to loss of consciousness. A 45-year-old man who was hospitalized with symptoms similar to epilepsy and nausea died Sunday evening. Officials are trying to determine the cause of the illness. So far, water samples from impacted areas have not shown any signs of contamination, and patients have tested negative for COVID-19. So just when you thought 2020, finally on the way out, vaccine for COVID, we've made it. Nothing else can go wrong. Well, here we go all over again. It is interesting that the Associated Press is the only one reporting this so far. I went, after seeing the story on the ABC affiliate here in Baton Rouge, WBRZ, I went to every other local and major national website. Didn't see any mention of the story. So just a heads up to you and yours that you can probably expect to hear more about this sometime in the near future. Here in the capital city, the mayor's office will remain under the administration of Mayor Sharon Weston Broome after winning re-election 57% to 43% this past weekend. I was saddened by the 31% voter turnout. It is inexcusable that less than a third of a parish's population makes the decision on the administration of an entire city, a major city, no less, for the next 4 years. And listen, I understand what some of y'all are saying, because I can hear you through the TV right now. Well, Clarence, it's election fatigue, and people were tired, and it was a contentious election, and blah, blah, blah. That's the price of admission. That is your responsibility as a citizen. You probably get tired of hearing it, but it's the God-honest truth. Do you know how many people on this planet would kill for the right to self-determine who their leaders are, who their elected representatives are? There is no excuse for 31%. That means more than double the number of people who did vote didn't vote. And yet, that over 2/3 of you that didn't vote, y'all are the ones that are going to complain the loudest and the longest when you don't get the response from government that you feel you deserve. No, I beg to differ. You're going to get exactly what you deserve because you sat on your lazy behind and didn't take advantage of the opportunity that people literally take their lives in their hands to be a part of. You should be ashamed of yourselves, Baton Rouge. You should thoroughly be ashamed. And if you don't have enough sense to be ashamed, well, hopefully sometime in the near future, you'll develop that. Next 4 years in the capital city, now is the time to pull this parish together. You would have to be a total prima donna to not realize the schism that has developed in this parish, particularly between the races. It is time to pull this city together, because let's just be honest about this thing. When St. George happens, and rest assured, it's going to happen. The people have spoken. It is the will of the people. It's going to happen. And whenever that is that it happens, the city of Baton Rouge, and the parish for that matter, is going to need to be drawn together more than ever. Now is the time. Speaking of which, bringing us together, we've got to do something about crime in this city. Mayor Broome, I hope you're listening. It is no longer enough to blame this on COVID-19. I will leave to you all to decide whether or not COVID-19 is the end-all be-all for the spike in crime, violent crime, that we've suffered in this city. But true leadership doesn't assign blame. True leadership steps up to the plate and answers the call. For me, as a young man that grew up in this city, and it's like this everywhere now, we grew up not worrying about whether or not we had locked the doors when we're in the bed getting ready to call it a night. We grew up not having to incur the expense of burglar bars on your home or a security system on your home. We grew up pulling up to an intersection, not having to constantly look around, make sure your doors are locked, or you got the safety off if you're a concealed carry permit holder. We grew up without all of this foolishness. And the fact of the matter is, these days, you don't even have to leave your home to find yourself in a life-threatening situation. It's time. The community of faith, the faith leaders, you got to step up to the plate and help this community get a handle on this. The so-called community leaders, you got to get off your butt, stop pointing fingers, and get a handle on this thing. Because if we don't, this city is not going to be recognizable in the near future. And it is way past time that we stop pointing the finger of blame everywhere other than where it goes. And for the record, law enforcement can only do so much. Unless we are willing, and I already know you're not because we voted down a proposition for a new jail, I already know you're not willing, nor do we want to live in a city where you've got to have a police officer on every freaking corner of every intersection and every neighborhood in the city of Baton Rouge. It is time we stop pussyfooting around with this issue and get serious about it. We wonder why our kids, after they attend LSU or Southern or BRCC, they on the first thing smoking, getting out of here. We wonder why when our kids leave and go to ULL or go to Tech or to Grambling or somewhere out of state, they only set foot back in Baton Rouge for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and maybe Easter if you're lucky. It's time, y'all. And if we don't take this bull by the horns, it's going to run all of us over. COVID-19 is what it is, but true leadership steps up to the plate to answer the call when need be. Got to get my first break of this hour out of the way. It's Monday, so you know what that means, right? Our regularly scheduled segment. Now that's just stupid. Got some dandies for you too. One of them, stone's throw down the road, our dear friends in the Crescent City, 41 people testing positive for COVID-19 after taking part in a, quote, convention. You'll never guess what this one was. Stick around. That's coming up next as we continue the Monday edition of the Clarence Bug Show, here and only here on the Pelican. Stay close.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Hi, I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
And I'm Dr. Kay Siller with The Rocket Right Show.
We are two busy blondes on the go showing off life in Louisiana.
Watch us on Pelican Sports Network.
And Talk 107.3 FM. Check local listings for times.
Get 0.9% financing for 60 months on every new 21 Mazda, plus 90 days deferred payments during the season of inspiration at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on AIRLINE.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with MANDA Fine Meats. Here at MANDA, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. MANDA Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. MANDA Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it MANDA every time.
Welcome back to the Monday edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Of course, it is Monday, which means it is time for dun, 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 dun. There you go. Now that's just stupid. If you're new to the show, new to the segment, you'll notice the spelling, not S-T-U-P-I-D. That's just regular stupid. This is a whole different level. S-T-O-O-P-I-D. We start in the Crescent City from WVUE, longtime news station there. At least 41 people who attended a convention in November in New Orleans tested positive for COVID-19, according to the event organizer. The convention, wait for it, was a swingers convention. Now, let me get this straight. COVID-19, something that is a virus that you catch from airborne droplets and particles, and you get together with people you don't know, engage in all sorts of combined sexual activities in the midst of a COVID-19 pandemic. Bob Hannaford, the owner of Naughty Events, wrote in a blog that 5 people tested positive on Monday. On Tuesday, that number climbed to 14, and by Wednesday, positive cases jumped to 29. And by our last count, we have 41 positive tests out of 300 people. Now, 300 people in the midst of a pandemic show up in New Orleans for a swingers convention. The Naughty in Nolans convention typically attracts a few thousand people, but due to the pandemic, only a few hundred attended. The organizer of the event, quote, "If I could go back in time, I would not produce this event again. Duh. Even though most of the 41 cases have been asymptomatic or very mild cases. The reason I wouldn't is that I know of two people who had a tougher time and they're suffering. One of them, a good friend of mine, was hospitalized in serious condition." Hannaford goes on to say, "Extraordinary measures were put in place for check-in with required temperature checks, social distancing in line, and sanitizing." So it was social distancing in line while checking in. Was the swinging part social distancing as well? 41 people so far. And if you take into account that 41 left and went other places, and if each of the 41 infected another, 5, 10, now you're up to 250 some odd people. A freaking swingers convention in the midst of a pandemic. Now that's just stupid. I mean, and it goes back to what you hear me say a lot of times. Some of y'all need to be governed. You don't have the sense God gave a billy goat. Some of y'all need people to tell you, you can go here, you can't go there. You can do this, you can't do that. A freaking swingers convention in the midst of a pandemic. Just when you thought you'd heard it all. Of course, now, with the pandemic going on, you would think that our elected leadership would, particularly on the national level, they would be so busy dealing with COVID, so busy dealing with the unemployment situation, so busy dealing with aid for small businesses, trying to help the economy recover and the like, that they wouldn't have time to spend on frivolous things. That's what you would think. Wrong answer. In Washington, United States House of Representatives, legislation addressing the trade and ownership of big cats featured in the Netflix documentary Tiger King was passed by the House of Representatives on Thursday. The bill, the Big Cat Public Safety Act, passed by a 272 to 114 vote. This bill would ban the private ownership of big cats like lions and tigers. A measure Tiger King's Carol Baskin and the Big Cat Rescue organization she runs with her husband have spent thousands of dollars and years lobbying for. It would allow existing facilities to keep their big cats and exotic animals, but would prohibit most contact between the public and the animals. Carol Baskin told USA Today she was, quote, thrilled the legislation was finally coming up for a vote, calling it part of a decades-long effort to end the abuse of cubs and private ownership of big cats. Now, help me out here. Apparently, there has been this hue and cry from the public in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic There's been all these people complaining that their neighbors, with nothing to do because they can't work or whatever, are all now owning lions and tigers and cougars and bear cubs and baby rhinos and, you know, killer porcupines and rabid raccoons and the like. So Congress needs time to address this. With all that's going on, all the people hurting, all the people wondering where their next meal is going to come from, all the people watching their lifelong dream of starting their own business, finally getting up and running, finally turning a profit, getting flushed down the freaking toilet. This is what Congress is spending time debating. I could say a whole lot of things about this, but I'll just leave it at, now that's just stupid. Maybe now you see why it's so important that you not only vote, but you ride herd on these clowns. It's not enough, y'all, for you to feel, well, Clarence, you told me to vote, so I went and voted. Now, I'm done. I did my part. Your part is just starting. Your part is just starting. You cannot cast your ballot and walk away. You have to ride herd on these folks. Because when you don't, this is the kind of foolishness that ends up happening. We told you last week, we now know the federal government in 1 year, last year, wasted, paid to people who weren't eligible to receive it, gave more to people than what they were supposed to get, or sent it to people and don't know where it ended up. $106.7 billion in Medicare and Medicaid money. That's what happens when you vote and walk away. Well, they're good people. They're going to take care. They're going to do what they said they're going to do. I mean, after all, they put one hand on the Bible and they swore that they were going to uphold the Constitution, so my job is done. That's what happens when you vote and walk away. At some point, y'all, if we don't drain that swamp, it's going to drown all of us. 106.7 billion with the B, as in bunny, of your tax dollars. And these clowns are spending time debating whether or not you should be able to own a lion, a tiger, or a bear. Oh my. Just when you thought we couldn't get any more stupid. When we come back, about to get deep. If you are easily offended, get your remote, change the channel, because it's on next on the Clarence Bug Show. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Jaguar Nation, we need your help in masking up Louisiana.
Masks help us slow the spread of COVID-19.
During this time, we must continue to wear a mask, wash our hands, and practice social distancing.
It's important that we continue to abide by the CDC's guidelines to stop the spread.
Jaguar Nation, we challenge you to mask up.
Go Jags!
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
At Team Toyota, Toyotathon is underway. It's your chance to save during our biggest sale of the year. Get our lowest prices and our lowest payments on every new Toyota. Plus, get a complimentary lifetime powertrain warranty with every new Toyota. Right now at Team Toyota.
Caught spiders. Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to the Monday edition of the Clarence Bug Show. This weekend, an observation. I'm flipping through the channels and going across various college and professional football games. And I came away thinking how screwed up our priorities are in this country. It's impossible these days to watch a game and not see some mention of racism. Now let me say for the record, y'all, wanting to do better as a society is always laudable. That's always a noble goal. But when you do this and you completely ignore the real problems, it becomes disingenuous at best, hypocritical, and disgusting at worst. We've seen and heard ad nauseum in recent memory how Black lives matter. This week, as has been the case every single week, 247 Black babies are going to be aborted every single day. This week, next 7 days, 1,729 Black babies are going to be aborted. In the state of New Jersey, they are now entertaining legislation, and the Democrat governor there is backing this, They are entertaining legislation that would allow women to abort babies any time in the 9 months of pregnancy. Meaning, if that child was scheduled to be delivered at 3 o'clock today, at 2 o'clock, you could get an abortion. Since Roe v. Wade became the law of the land, 21 million black babies have been aborted. 52% of all black pregnancies end in abortion. Did you know that? Over half of all black pregnancies end with a dead baby. It is a statistical fact. The most dangerous place in America for a black baby is the womb. And yet, with all the patches on the college football uniforms this weekend, of all the cleats on the NFL's My Cleats, My Cause games this weekend, not a one said anything about this genocide that is taking place in this country. 21 million black babies aborted. Meanwhile, in one city, the city of Chicago, so far this year, 3,758 people shot. Over 700 murdered. And take a guess how many of them are black. Where the hell is Black Lives Matter on this? Where the hell is the NAACP on this? But you can run around preaching to people about racism, about the police, about systemic this, that, and the other. As you might imagine, Planned Parenthood is all in on this proposed legislation in New Jersey. Let me show you how these people work. Planned Parenthood, founded by the biggest racist and bigot on the planet, Margaret Sanger, who openly said, black people are weeds that need to be cut, many of whom never should have been born to begin with. They are responsible for genocide in the black community. And yet, you don't hear Black Lives Matter demanding that Hillary Clinton return the Margaret Sanger Award that she got from Planned Parenthood. You don't hear Black Lives Matter, NAACP, demanding that Nancy Pelosi return the Margaret Sanger Award that she received from Planned Parenthood. This week, Sports Illustrated named LeBron James, Patrick Mahomes, and two others their athletes of the year for their social justice efforts. And yet, the wholesale slaughter continues. Our priorities, y'all, are so screwed up in this country, it's disgusting, mind-boggling, scary, unbelievable. We will march and riot in the streets. But nobody's saying a word about the 700 plus people killed, murdered, black folk in one city, Chicago. Now that's not counting Oakland, LA, Compton, Louisville, Mobile, the state of Wisconsin with all the rioting going on there, New Jersey, Kansas City, St. Louis, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and the list goes on and on and on. But we celebrate LeBron James for his social justice efforts. You're a freaking joke. You're a joke. And it's time somebody told you this. You can get up and hold press conferences and want to defund the police and all this kind of foolishness. You're a freaking joke. There is wholesale slaughter. There's genocide. Y'all need to watch this show as much as you can, because at the rate we're going, you're going to have to open a book or pull out a DVD to find this endangered species called black people in America, because we're not going to be around much longer. When you add up the number of black men incarcerated, when you add up the number of black men with no education and no desire to get one, the number of black men murdered by other young black men, the number of black men hopelessly hooked on drugs and alcohol, and the number of young black men, and I'm going to talk about this later, that are leading an alternative lifestyle, we're going to look up. And what was it, Blazing Saddles, the famous line, Marty? Where the white women at? We're going to wake up one day, where the black people at? And yet, our leadership don't hear a peep. And yet, the folks you vote for, Democrats, ain't saying a word. This week, over 1,700 black babies will be murdered in the womb. New Jersey says that's not enough. We need to let y'all kill them up to the time they're ready to come out the womb. But Black Lives Matter. Some of y'all ain't gonna get that till later. That's all right. Long as at some point you get it. But here's the danger. By the time you wake up and get it, you might be the only one left. I got to get my final break of this hour out of the way. Did y'all see the commercial yesterday, last night, in prime time in an NFL football game? You talk about what happens when you vote for liberals, you're going to want to see this. It's coming up next, right here on the Clarence Bugg Show. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with MANDA Fine Meats. Here at MANDA, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. MANDA Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. MANDA Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it MANDA every time.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Surprise, something good has finally happened in 2020. Yours truly, the Clarence Bugg Show, gets to be with you every day of the week. That's right, 11 to 12 every weekday. And of course, the Exiles right in front of yours truly from 10 to 11, yours truly 11 to 12. So now it's appointment viewing. 5 days a week here on the Pelican. The Clarence Bugg Show. The only thing missing is you.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
Welcome back for the final segment of our Monday edition of the Clarence Bugg Show. You know, you often hear those of us of the conservative ilk label liberalism as a disease. Last night, I'm flipping through the channels, and the Sunday night game is on NBC. So I stopped for a moment, and they're heading to commercial break. Here's the commercial that ran in the game in prime time on a Sunday night.
Sometimes family is the one you make. Where there's love, there's family. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
For Ritz freaking crackers. Now,
I didn't like them that much either.
this is insulting on so many levels. But this is what happens when you vote for liberalism. Are you selling crackers or are you selling an agenda? Never mind that you insulted Christians that have been buying your products all these years. Never mind that you've insulted Muslims, who we already know how they feel about homosexuality. Never mind that you're supposed to be selling crackers. But as I mentioned not so very long ago, this is spitting in the face of an American and me as a black man. It's not enough that we're already disproportionately incarcerated. It's not enough that we're already killing each other in record numbers. It's not enough that you've talked us into aborting our future to the tune of 21 million babies. It's not enough that you have trapped inner city children in failing schools so they come out virtually a functional illiterate, unable to be a productive member of society and earn a decent living. It's not enough that there are millions of black men hopelessly hooked on drugs and alcohol. You gotta push with your sorry behind. You gotta push an alternative lifestyle. But it's love. Now, Ritz will tell you, well, we're doing it to show that we love everybody. I beg to differ. If you love that guy, you'd get him some help. I'm just gonna tell it like it is. That's sick. If you loved him, you would get him some help. This dude got more beard than I have, putting on lipstick, kissing another man. Evil flourishes when good men do nothing. Evil flourishes when good men do nothing. That ain't natural, y'all. That is going against God's law, and it is going against the laws of nature. If left to their own devices, the human race would cease to be. I made the statement last week. I am making a list. I'm checking it twice. And I'm going to remember for the rest of my life, if there's one good thing that's come out of all of this in 2020, the pandemic, the whole social justice crap, all of this, if it's one good thing that's come out of all of this, the professional athletes, the athletic leagues, the Hollywood elites, the political parties, and now the companies are all letting us know exactly who they really are. Now we're finding out who the real enemies of America are. And I don't know about you, but Ritz crackers, you'll never see another penny of my money. Not only Ritz crackers, Lay's and every other product you make, gone. Gone. I'm done with you. Prime time on a Sunday night. Apparently, you feel, Ritz crackers people, you apparently feel you have more to gain from the LGBTQ LMNOP crowd than you do all the Christian folk that have supported your products all these years. That's the way you feel? Fine. Have at it. It's America. You have that right. And I have that right to walk by your product on the aisle of the favorite grocery store every freaking time for the rest of my life. Are you freaking kidding me? What is this father sitting there in prime time on a Sunday night with his 10-year-old son, cheering on their favorite team, what is he supposed to think, and what is he supposed to tell his 10-year-old? When you come up and put this crap on prime time on a freaking NFL football game. And of course, the mainstream media, check them out on social media, do a web search. NBC, where it aired, they called the spot showcasing the beauty of chosen families. Yahoo News, the bunch of yahoos that they are, parroting the same thing. Oh, it's beautiful. It shows the beauty of inclusiveness. No, it shows how sick this country has become. Evil flourishes when good men remain silent. Every single day, when I talk to the God I love, the God that loves me, every single day, I ask him to bless those of us who love him and stand on his word to now do so boldly. To now loudly and boldly and proudly proclaim his goodness to this sin-sick, dying world that we're in. If this doesn't show you the need, prime time on a Sunday, no less. You can just about stick a fork in America, y'all. We damn near done. But only if good men continue to remain silent. I don't know about you, but I will not go to meet my Maker and have him say to me, you knew better and you stayed silent. I blessed you to know better, and you remained silent. Depart from me. You know the rest. I never knew you. We have been blessed in this country, y'all. God has put his favor on us. It's time we stand up, because if we don't, you know where that goes. This day, just like any other, you're still right. America, we're not perfect, but doggone it, for my money, it's the best there is, and God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. You know he loves you, and you know I do too. The good thing is, there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. Take care of yourselves. Let's take care of each other. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless.